I'm coming to the end of my required quarantine time here in Sydney, Australia. One of the things that I wanted to make sure was that the time went quickly, and for me that means being productive. So I spent quite a lot of time thinking about how could I arrange my work schedule in a way that allowed me to do lots of things in a variety of time zones around the world from the captive space of my hotel room. So I wanted to share with you what I've learnt in this time and what I brought with me and the type of setup that I've needed to have to make this a meaningful way of working when you're so far away from home and working remotely in unusual circumstances. I've had to be quite resourceful in utilising what's available to me, and I thought you might find this helpful as well. So let me talk you through my actual setup itself. So as you can see, I'm fortunate enough to have a fairly large room for a standard hotel room space. And also what I have is a desk that's movable, which is excellent because it means that I've been able to work in different locations around the room depending on the light and the time of day and the type of setup that I've needed. So I've had this desk that's been able to be moved away from the wall, and there's lots of things that you'll see in terms of some of it. So I've had to use suitcases, I've had to use ironing boards, I've needed to look at all kinds of different ways to ensure that I can utilize the space effectively. So let me tell you, or talk you through rather, the things that I brought with me that have actually been really essential and stuff that I would highly recommend you consider packing for yourself. So obviously you need a laptop or some kind of working device with a great webcam, and ideally with Bluetooth that can connect to your noise cancelling headphones, because it makes all the difference. For me, I use AirPods, even though I utilize it with both PC and with Mac, they still work pretty well. I also have my iPad with me, which I know is unusual to have both, but actually that's been great as notes that I can refer to and also communicate with my collaborators in other spaces live without needing to utilize some of the stuff on my laptop. External wireless mouse has been essential as well. I know it sounds kind of crazy to carry all of this equipment, but honestly it's really helpful. And I call this one the Shark. It's ergonomic. It's pretty light. It actually doubles as a clicker as well. So it's been really great to be able to utilize that throughout. Ironing board has been phenomenal. I've used it as a standing desk. I've used it as a side, resting table. I've used it for all kinds of things. So ironing boards are my new favorite friend. The other thing that I brought with me is a light ring. Because I've done calls and sessions with people in all different time zones around the world and at night. So as you can see, it's already nighttime. It's actually about 10 p.m. here in Sydney, and I've just literally come off a program. So the light ring is really helpful. This one is really light. It doesn't come on a tripod. I actually brought this cord, a clip cord with me, basically, so I don't have a tripod. I actually use that because I find it more flexible. It's because I can roll it up and put it into my suitcase. And it also can be quite stable on different surfaces. This one is a USB plug, and an essential piece, honestly, that I've used pretty much every day is this extension cord. Extension cord, you have no idea where your PowerPoints are going to be in the room and whether they're in the right or good space for you to utilize. So this one is quite a long one. It meant that I only needed to bring one adapter for an Australian plug, because the plugs that I have otherwise can all go into this cube, which is for me Hong Kong and UK plugs, and it also has a USB extension, so that's super helpful. So I might just turn my light ring off. It's a bit bright. So other things, obviously suitcases come in handy. A tea towel that I packed separately has been really helpful because it means that my laptop and light ring don't slide around. And the other piece that I have utilized is this. Obviously you need an HDMI cable to make this setup work. So I saw that many people had used HDMI cables in their quarantine actually to watch Netflix and stuff on the TV, but I've used it for work. So I've used it as basically a monitor, so it's mirroring. And so I just plugged it into the back of the in-room hotel room TV, and it's meant that I've been able to utilize this massive screen, which has been super helpful, rather than this tiny one. Now, of course, when I'm presenting and I'm in, meetings, so this is in MS Teams right now, but also we've used Zoom, it means that when I utilize anything else, like collaboration tools, it makes such a difference. Because if I'm on this tiny screen, it's really hard to read. But of course, when it's on this massive version, it's very easy to read. And it means the interaction that I have with the On this occasion, 30 odd people was hugely different. And I've just spent 2 full days, 2 8-hour days, virtually facilitating a disruptive methods program. And it's worked seamlessly, actually. I mean, a few technical glitches, but generally it's worked exceptionally well. The only other thing that I bought that might be useful is obviously colored pens. Not everyone uses them, but this blue tack, super helpful. Can't tell you how many things that I've used it for to be able to stick things up and to be able to access things. So I know it's a small thing, but honestly, it helps a lot. So lots of things that I brought. So the power cord, the light ring and the extension, the HDMI cable. I have a 2-meter long cable. That for me in this room worked really well. Perhaps you might want to go, you can get them up to 4 meters, and that's probably not a bad idea for it to be longer rather than shorter. Of course, it gives you more options. And of course, it could double as your Netflix extension. And obviously also my noise cancelling headphones, iPad, and external mouse. All of those I've utilized literally every day of the almost 14 days that I've been here. It's been really helpful. So I hope that little insight, sneak peek into all of this craziness that has been of utilizing resources that are here and also thinking through what will be helpful has also been helpful to you. So they are my hacks of how to stay productive and utilize the resources that are available to you when you don't even know the space that you're going to be in working remotely. So that's it for now. Good luck, stay well, stay positive, and test negative.